Hi chat, welcome in everyone. Happy Wednesday to you. Ingredient challenge night. Working with Cinnabons tonight. Almost knocked the frosting off without Cinnabons. Welcome folks. I am Chef JT. Please keep your hands and arms inside until this ride comes to a complete stop. Welcome, Will. Happy to see you, Narrator. Who's ready for some cinnamon rolls? I'm not going to be doing coffee tonight. Why am I not going to be doing coffee tonight? Because I'm out of coffee tonight. So no coffee, folks. Sorry about that. So that does mean we get started right into cooking here. I am going to grab myself some water, though. My habit of only buying coffee on sale has wells. Well, tonight's dinner, I guess, could be another quick one. We'll see. Tonight could be really quick. We're going to be taking cinnamon rolls and cleaning them up and turn them into two other things. So the question is, which do we start with? I think we gotta start, well, in all of these cases, we gotta start by unrolling a couple of these. Carefully. And I'm thinking I might actually leave two of these as are. And, I mean, it comes with extra frosting. And they immediately are like, when you're making this, you want extra, we can sell you extra frosting. Huh. I guess I just sort of have to dig in order to get into this, but I want to try and keep them as nice as possible at the same time. Where does the roll start? It's pinned right there. there's one. I need to figure out some way to try and get some of this frosting off of it. Yeah, that's not going to work very well, but I guess I need a spatula. I'm realizing there's a ton of frosting on the outside of this too. This is what I wanted to do for the savory side, but I'm curious if maybe I should do a third one since this one broke. I think I'm gonna roll with two of them. Roll. This one wasn't very evenly cut. Like wobbly all over the place. Whoever was cutting this dough. We're not going to get rid of the frosting here, but I want to try and isolate it a bit so that I can turn it a bit more savory. I'm not going to get much more off of this one. Okay, now we're going to turn that savory. Now we need to make that savory leg. Worcestershire. I crawled out. Vegemite. Love the flavor of Vegemite. Welcome, Angie. Doing okay. Doing our ingredient challenge night tonight. And tonight's dinner could be a bit quicker. Like last night's. Unfortunately. We do have some longer streams coming up here on Friday and Sunday. I picked up a whole bunch of beef stew mix. Or not stew mix, but beef stew meat. Beef stew meat. So I put stroganoff on the plans for Friday. And Sunday we're gonna do maybe a more wintry beef stew. Oh, what was I going in here for? Garlic. Cayenne. Little mustard. The mustard's almost done for. Pepper. Yeah, I had some trouble getting going today myself. I eventually got there, but alright, let's see what this is like. Thank you, Anjin. Thank you.
Message.
Still a bit disturbingly sweet. And the cinnamon's there still. It might be alright though. Get a hype train going. That's what those train sounds are for. Thank you for the resub, JK.
Chefia 1 Wiggle Chefia 1 Wiggle Chefia 1 MSG Chefia 1 Iron.
You gotta flip these back over for this. Oh, I put a decent amount of black pepper in there. It's just sweet. I mean, it's essentially pure. I mean, we're talking about frosting. If you see me make frosting here on stream, it's essentially like condensing powdered sugar. It's like you take some liquid and you just dissolve sugar into it until it becomes a paste. And so I tried my best with a whole bunch. There's actually probably more savory products in here than there is sweet and sugar now, but it's still sweet. And I'm going to mix that over the top of these to start with. I am saving the extra frosting for the dessert, by the way, chat. Do you consider that cheating, chat? Do I have to use the extra frosting with the savory side, too? Like, I sort of mixed up the frosting to try and mitigate that already. But black pepper is a great suggestion for mitigating any sort of heat. That's why I threw cayenne in there too. Cayenne, heat, pepper, spice in that sense. We already got the cinnamon and nutmeg in there, but if you're working with sweet otherwise, nutmeg is a great one to sort of inch it towards the savorier side. But I didn't add that because we're already overloaded with cinnamon here. And we're going to want a decent amount of cheese with these. Partially as glue. Partially because oozing cheese is going to be the savior of our sweetness. Because the cheese will also help with this. Doing the cheese triangles, doing a little like Subway action here. Except it's yellow instead of white. There was a brand that I came across that did a pretty good white American cheese. Forget who that was. Used it once and forgot it. I didn't feel like going in that direction. Like, you could take this full-on barbecue mode, too. Like, most barbecue sauces are, like, full-on sugar. And so, you could add some tomato and some chili spice in there. And do a pretty good job of dealing with the sugar, too. Maybe we should do some marbles if stream ends up being ooh, I got a Mega Kasum emote. You trying to tell me something, Twitch? I think it's awesome they got food emotes, though. Okay, so we got our cheese. Now we need the turkey. Probably the only person in America buying sliced turkey today. Oops, I'm doing too much here. I'm gonna run out of turkey if I do that much turkey. Maybe we'll start over. down here. It's fine. I'm regretting my choices, chat. I have never been a big fan of honey ham. It's always... I'm never been a huge fan of processed ham to begin with, because there's some processing flavor that I just can't get over. And I went for the honey turkey tonight. It's like, I can feel it. It's like sweet feeling, much less. At least I went for the smoked ham. Can't do the honey ham at all. Yeah. Oh yeah, Carl Dalt. Is it still legally considered a vegetable by the U.S. government? Sandwich 101. I don't know if anyone's realizing this. I'm purposely overlapping things so that they hold together a little bit better when I re-roll them. You know, it doesn't just look pretty on the sandwich that you got that alternating types of meat and cheese and veg going on. It helps for holding it together. It's structural. Carl Dalt in, I believe it was Reagan, for terms of school lunches at least, ketchup was declared a vegetable, so that serving ketchup was considered a school giving students another vegetable serving. Chili. Okay, so we're going with that. We're going to ditch these ends because they're not going to work and roll on back up nicely. And we need an apple in this party still. Hey, Justice Rise. I don't think anyone was telling Reagan that back in the day. Oh, apple. Apple, apple, apple. Thin sliced apple. I sort of want to try and make the apple noticeable, but we don't want it sticking out at the same time so it oxidizes. Sort of a tough one. I slice it so thin, that way it's easier to roll with. So the thicker you slice it, the harder it is going to be for you to roll back up. Stay. You didn't stay. You were supposed to stay. Reagan wasn't a pushover, at least in certain aspects. Like he was, knocked down this wall. He was dealing with a lot of stuff. He was, unions, I don't care about unions, hire new people. Move on. Sort of like Trump, but, actually got it done. Good sandwich apple. Not super sweet, but it's got some flavor to it. This is just Honeycrisp. Need to figure out when I'm going to put this in to hold it until tomorrow. I don't like the idea of that. Let's just use another plate. Let's get all the plates dirty. So that one's going in the fridge, because this one's prettier. That's interesting. Oh, awesome, Crawdall. I wish I had a mod in chat that could share the link for you. But otherwise, you can throw it in the Discord. I actually have a channel just for that. So that is the start of our dinner tonight. But like I said, tonight's dinner could be a bit quick. Okay, head of broccoli. It could be a quick one. We're already half done here. But I think that other than wanting to fall apart on that one side, like, you're never really gonna get rid of all the sugar there. I think I did okay. Thank you, Carlo. Oh, these are just some Honeycrisp. Something sweet, and normally these are much sweeter than this. These are not the sweetest apples I've had, but they're, like I said, they're tasty. I've also made, like, I have a go-to recipe for cinnamon rolls, and I've used that for all sorts of savory dishes over the years here streaming too. Like, I've done Vegemite rolls. I've Vegemite with a bechamel poured over the top like it's frosting. I've done like a pancetta cheese or something along that line, ham cheese, something like that, pinwheel. To me, apples have been getting worse and worse for many years now. But that's because all of this fruit that you find at the supermarkets is all junk. It's all super created just to be transportable, to be sellable. And the downside to going to the farmer's market is they have some legitimate produce that's pretty horrid too. But it, compared to the stuff that's designed to be packed, contained on a truck across the country, it's like, I don't think people realize how much studying and how much stuff they do into the produce that makes it to your supermarkets. And it's just not getting, like, one of my greater complaints about, like, GMOs are a science. And we've covered things in the past. It's a technology. It can be used for good things, and it can be used just for corporate greed. Now, we first have our first GMO products coming to market. They're apples that are designed not to spoil, so they can cut them and bag them for kids. Like, you had the opportunity to make the most flavorful food in the world. No, let's make it so that you can bag it. I have yet to see any use of a GMO be a worthy, like, the idea of golden rice, if it actually worked, if it was actually something that was feasible, amazing. It doesn't work. I almost bought Spumoni. Though I say that and I mean ice cream. So back at it again. We gotta unroll another one. I don't know. Do I do two? The plan was to do 2 of them. There's no way I'm eating 2 of these. And storing it the way I want to make it is probably not a good plan. I think I might just make 1 chat. Using some water to brush down the sides on that. Making some caramel. Oh, battery's dead. Let's hope this has still got some juice to it. Shanavision, I actually went over most of my plans for this month. I did add plans for Mondays for the majority of the rest of the month here. I think I did the whole month. Maybe I left the last week. I don't know. So we've got Mondays throughout the month into the calendar down below. We've got Wednesday challenges, which I believe might actually be what Christmas falls on this year. I don't remember for sure. I think I am streaming. And turn the heat off on that since we're starting to get some whiffs of smoke going there. But Fridays and Sundays I haven't quite figured out yet. I am planning on doing, like, I did essentially prime rib last year. That was damn good. That might have to happen in some form again. So we got our beginning caramel here. Add a bit of heavy cream in there. Thank you for the follow. Still gonna use that. Just a touch of heavy cream in there. Touch of salt and touch of vanilla. I don't know, I can't be doing too bad with cinnamon rolls on the menu tonight. Oops, a little heavy on the vanilla there. Alright, so we got our caramel sauce. How do you do your roast duck? Whole roast duck? Is it a superstition thing. There's all sorts of there's a whole bunch of superstitions. People do all sorts of funny things around the beginning of the year for good fortune. Fortune. Words. Damn it. This time I don't have to worry about the frosting. We're just unrolling it. Held better together better than the first two. So we got butter pecan ice cream. Just going to mix it up a little bit. Get it a little bit soft. This is obviously a brand that makes their ice cream soft out of the freezer. That was something that shocked me about this tonight. Actually, that's not going to roll very nicely. One of the flavors that seemed to always be in my grandmother's freezer was this, which is a butter pecan. And Sorry. Have to concentrate in order to keep this from completely squeezing the ice cream underneath it. But there was only one brand in the supermarket I went to that had butter pecan in it still. Like, no one had butter pecan. I think this needs a proper scrub down. That needs to go in the freezer immediately, I think. I think we're going to do a little cleanup while that sets a little bit, because these are fine to sit on the counter for a bit. Our dinner for this evening. Yeah, there's a little green in there to help accent it too. The onions in there. We got photos of that for the Discord in a bit. I want to leave that for a couple minutes here, like solid 5 minutes or so. See if I can't save the last of this too. This is a little silly, but I'm going there anyways. Saving the ice cream soup. This should in no way be taken as my endorsement of this ice cream brand. let's do some dishes. Hopefully everyone's having a good week so far. Anything interesting for anyone to report? I spent most of my day out rushing around doing majority of my shopping for the next week. I'm obviously going to have to go out of the house once or twice in order to finish things up for Friday and Sunday. Friday I might be all set other than maybe some sour cream. Gonna make my own pasta. I've already got the beef, obviously. And then Sunday, I was sort of thinking beef stew, but I was thinking like beef and squash stew, maybe. Yeah, Thanksgiving foods are pretty much gone at this point. I mean, unless you've recombined them into something else, for the most part, I don't keep many things past a week. So, pretty much there. For the record, chat, I also mentioned that I was going to try and turn the frosting for the sandwich into something a little more ranch-like. I forgot about the cinnamon when I was writing that in the Discord earlier. And so I sort of ditched the whole ranch idea. I was going to throw some oregano in there and some more herbs and stuff like that and pull it in that direction. And then... yeah, cinnamon. Cinnamon's just not going to jive with any of that sort of stuff. Nice. Turkey stock will be, I mean, it'll lose flavor, but it'll be fine for a while. This was just used for water. Oh, I don't need... I have too much food as it is, Fluffy. Like, I'm gonna end up tonight... I've already got 2 of these bad boys. I've got 3 more cinnamon rolls. And this thing in the fridge, and that's just from tonight. Yeah, that's the thing, Carl. Like, I basically don't eat out. Like, majority of these meals are planned as 2 meals, and so, you know, it's either this meal and all of my food tomorrow. Sometimes if it's a little bit less, it'll end up being today and lunch tomorrow. That's not very often. Usually it's today, tomorrow, and part of another day. Which is another reason why I don't stream more. Like, if I had outlets for food and I wasn't wasting the money on it, I wasn't just giving food away, in order to stream, I would absolutely stream more. But as it is, I started off streaming 3 nights a week, and that works pretty well. And I basically only made it 4 nights a week to stream more. I'll often keep some things around, like I'll often keep a pack of frozen chicken or something along that line, but I don't know if I even have that right now. Do I have chicken in here? I do have a thing of chicken in here right now. And I'll have some canned stuff around, in case, End of the World wants to show its head, but pretty much everything I eat is made here on stream. Cooked chicken off the bone. Well, that's my favorite way to debone a chicken. It's not near as fun when they're not roasted. Though I do admit it's much better when they're not frozen and not still living. Where did I get a hold for this? It tastes like Vegemite. It's almost, I'm tempted to leave it in there almost like maybe should we do AFK here, chat, and let that sit for 10 minutes? Because I want to dress it up. I want to make it look sexy. I want... Yeah. Yeah, let's do an AFK. Thank you for the reassurance, Will. Alright, I'll see all you lovely folks in about 10 minutes.
Say, do you remember this old milk glass setting hen? Well, you know, milk glass was an early American favorite. And when the folks in the old days wanted something really delightful, they'd take one of their milk glass goblets and pour some very fine wine right into it. Well, now you know it's Welch's wine that is keeping this wonderful tradition alive. A real wine for folks who really want the best. Yes, today's answer to this age-old family tradition is Welch's family wine, the answer to warm hospitality and really gracious living, and the wine that so many Americans enjoy these wintry days. You know, there is very good reason for this ever-increasing popularity of Welch's wine. Now, you folks know that all sweet Concord kosher wines are made from grape juice. And everybody knows who has been making the very finest grape juice for the past 85 years. Welch's, of course. And the only kosher wine made from Welch's grape juice is naturally Welch's kosher wine. Now, when you want the best in grape juice, you buy Welch's. So, doesn't it make sense then, if you want the best and most delicious kosher wine, you insist on Welch's family wine? You get several bottles tomorrow. Try the half-gallon size. You enjoy the wine of all occasions. That's right, when it comes to wine, you'll do well to insist on Welch's.
Here's the newest, most exciting sound in town. It's a General Electric blender that's going around. Completely new from base to lid. Take it apart, see what they did. The non-skid base is the lowest you'll ever see.
The decanter has a 36-ounce blending capacity.
The non-spill lid is really smart. For blending convenience, it comes apart. Add additional ingredients, if you will. Look, no splash, see no spill. Put them all together and you know it's true. The General Electric blender is best for you. If you want to know another reason why,
It's only 10 1/2 inches high.
stores easily on the counter or on a shelf. There's 1,000 things you can make yourself.
Make party spreads.
Great cabbage heads. Blend the meatloaf for a family of 8. Make ice-cold drinks you'll appreciate. Now's the time for you to buy the General Electric blender.
Did he say only 10 1/2 inches high?
You are now looking at a slice of bread being spread with creamy-style Skippy peanut butter, as only Mary Ellen can spread it there. All right, now, as you look at that, don't want you to leave me, because I want to show you something, believe it or not, that a lot of people like even better. Suppose we were to take some fresh roasted peanuts here, and like Mary Ellen has been doing all evening, and putting them in a nut chopper here. Give a couple more little chugs, will you, please? Mm-hmm. You think that'll do it? That's fine. Now you find in there some just tiny little golden nuggets of roasted peanuts, and they are colossal. Now, I want to try something here. Suppose we were to take these, now let me try an experiment, do you mind, honey? And we'd sprinkle them over the creamy-style Skippy. Say, how is that, huh?
Ooh, that looks good.
It does look good. All I did that for was to tell you that you can get that and enjoy it anytime you want. You won't have to go through any chopping process either, because the Skippy people do that for you in chunk style. That's done for you up in the factory. Now, chunk style, you see, has sprinkled all through it very generously through the entire jar those golden little nuggets that you saw there, just about like that. So that's already done for you there. Now, of course, either style, whether it's cream or chunky, if you get Skippy, you are getting the peanut butter that stays fresh right down to the last spoonful in the jar. And so I make it very simple again. I want you to know that this is an honest fact.
If you like peanuts, you'll like Skippy.
Alexis Lachine wines are full of flavor. Alexis Lachine wines are dry. Alexis Lachine wines are mellow. Drink an Alexis Lachine wine with any kind of food, or anytime you feel like relaxing with a drink. Alexis Lachine, fine French wines.
Wow. Say, you gals think you're lucky you can get Swanson TV turkey dinners, but I say Swanson TV turkey dinners are a bigger break for husbands. Now, you take me. I can be early, I can be late, I can bring pals to dinner anytime I please, and get this, my wife never panics. She just takes Swanson TV turkey dinners from the freezing compartment of our refrigerator when I'm a little off schedule.
Oh, and right you are, Jack.
And that is because Mary Lou knows that she can have a swell dinner ready in just 25 minutes.
Right.
And talk about easy. Well, she just pops Swanson TV turkey dinners in a hot oven. You know, they're oven ready in individual heat and serve trays. With Swanson TV turkey dinners, you just heat and you serve big and hearty slices of moist, tender Swanson turkey with grand giblet gravy and special cornbread dressing and fluffy whipped sweet potatoes with golden Swanson butter and garden fresh peas with more butter.
Mother Murphy, lucky me. My wife uses Swanson TV turkey dinners. And make your husband lucky, too. Get Swanson TV turkey dinners, Swanson TV fried chicken dinners, Swanson TV beef dinners from your grocer's big freezer.
Satisfying cups of pleasure. A coffee break makes the moment bright, fresh aroma, friendly flavor. Make it coffee, make it often, make it right.
To brighten any moment.
Make it coffee.
To enjoy that fresh aroma.
Make it often.
Make it up fresh each time in a clean container. And for full flavor,
Make it right.
and here's how. For each cup of fresh drawn water, use one approved measure of your favorite coffee. That's all, one approved measure per cup.
Satisfying cups of pleasure. A coffee break makes the moment bright, fresh aroma, friendly flavor. Make it coffee. Make it often. Make it right.
When you have a Labatt's, you have an adventure. Canadian Light. That's Labatt's. It's a great new taste in beer. Enjoy import quality at USA prices. Have an adventure. Have a Labatt's.
Now, a new creation from Seal Test. Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions. Handy envelopes bring you brand new convenience and ease. Zip, it's open, quick and neat. Just the amount you need, the easy way to serve cottage cheese. The rest stays moist and creamy, ready for next time.
Are they handy? Cottage cheese in ready-to-serve portions.
So easy to use, quick, and no bother at all.
The rest stays really fresh, moist and creamy.
Yes, serving cottage cheese was never as easy as this. Seal Test's new square package with handy, ready-to-serve portions. Zip, it's open, simple as can be. The rest stays moist and creamy fresh. You'll love Seal Test cottage cheese in new, ready-to-serve portions. Get some soon.
I'm a guitar and I have strings. I like to play while someone sings. Hi, gang. Do you recognize this mouse guitar? It's just like the one the Mouseketeers gave me. And now Mattel Toy Makers, the people who made my mouse guitar, have a big surprise for you. You can have your very own mouse guitar just like mine. And look, I wrote out all the instructions so you can learn to play the songs we play on the show. Remember, gang, you can now get the mouse guitar wherever toys are sold for only $4. Hey, I almost forgot. Be sure to see the Mouseketeer Junior, too. Just turn the crank and it plays the Mouseketeer theme song. The Mouseketeer Junior is only $1.80. Be sure to look for this label, gang. You can tell it's Mattel. It's swell.
Everybody needs energy.
Welcome back, folks. Little better now. Little better now. So now we've got our frozen ice cream thing. We got to use up all of our frosting, right? I'll leave this little bit for the other three. Then we got our caramel sauce. Ooh. Hi, Ozzy. Thank you for the resub.
Chefia 1 heart, Chefia 1 wiggle, Chefia 1 grin.
Oh, I forgot I have this too. Well, it's one of three appropriate uses for one of four appropriate uses for whipped cream in my mind. See if I can't get a photo of this before it completely dissolves into a mound of sugar. Oh wait, it already is one. I still enjoy some of it, Head of Broccoli. I don't spend money to do it, but and thank you for the resub, Ozzy. Thank you for the gift subs earlier. But I am going to be calling it here. Go see if I can't enjoy some of this. I'll let you know in the Discord what I think of my savory cinnamon roll roll-up and of the ice cream. Ice cream's going to go back in the freezer for a bit. But I did want to try and wrap that up on stream so that everyone see what I was trying to do. Wish the ice cream held it. Like, if we had some solid ice cream that was a better ice cream than what I bought tonight, we could have had a better result with this. This ice cream was just way too soft. But this was a fun challenge. I enjoyed this challenge. If you'd like to have some input on next week's challenge, that ingredient challenge vote is already up in the Discord. We've already got a decent vote going for it. It's a close vote too. It's either going to be dill or bonito flakes for next week's ingredient challenge. You can have your say in the Discord. You can make your own suggestions in the Discord. I shall be back here on Friday. Gonna be doing beef stroganoff with stew beef from scratch. Gonna be making my own pasta. Should be a good time. Also gonna be doing beef stew on Sunday. I hope you come back for those. Mondays. I've got the next Mondays for like the rest of the month down in the Discord, or down in the doobly-doo below the stream. It's in the calendar. It's in the Discord. The recipes for all of the Monday upcoming streams are in the Discord as well. Thank you all for joining me tonight, folks. I hope you have an amazing evening. I hope you have an amazing finish to your work week. Good night.